Hey everyone, I'm Clue. Welcome back to the Down Pack project. So, inside the chest behind me here is what we're going to start working on today, right? And I want to hopefully finish it, but I don't know, right? Because there's a lot to do. So inside the chest, we have all the custom mob items I've been working on, right? So every mob now has one unique drop. So if we take out that ally, we can unfortunately unalive them, and we get ourselves a ally membrane. Now the drop rates currently are maxed out to make sure that I can easily acquire all the items, but they will be made to be similar to Wither Skeleton Skulls, I think that's going to be the go. But what we want to do is make sure that everything in this chest has functionality. So we've already done the items. So for instance, I can take out some slime jellies, so we get a bit of levitation and some jump, right? And it's like we're essentially being bounced up by the slime block. So I've done the food and I've done the totems. There's still a lot to go through, and more importantly, there's a lot of items for me to collect, right? So I have to spawn everything in nice and slowly, make sure they don't run away, and get the items put in the chest. Much better. Now I can sort them, so we'll take out all the totems, right? And we'll stick them in one line since they already have a function. So it's totems. Leather, that's another grouping, right? That is, what am I doing with them? I think I've already mapped out the feature. Is that all the leather? I think that's all the leather, right? So stick that in another line. It's gonna get annoying, and I can sort of just categorize everything and make sure that, you know, we can just work through it step by step in terms of functionality. So for instance, the totem's are already done. Food, that's another thing that's done. So I need to figure out what all the food items are. Coincidentally, bat wings are not food. Maybe I should make them food. But I made them, well, phantom membrane, so you can use them on the elytra to give farming bats a reasonable, you know, reason. That's more food. Anything else look like food? I know the egg and the cave spider eyes are tempting. Cave spider eggs, but they're not food. Cod is food. Frog legs are food. Silverfish are food. Chocolate are food. They have way too much food. And there's a pig nearby. Bad. Too delectable. Don't distract me. More food, more flesh, more food. It's actually a lot more done than what I realized, right? Because that's a lot of... In fact, the warden calls food too. Yeah, that's actually a sizable chunk, right? And then, so the leather is also, again, done for the most part. I think we showed it off. I can't remember if it's set up. Nope, that's set to Piglin King. So I have added trim sets. Also, that modifies something, doesn't it? Not spawn it in? No, it does give. Where is it? Right, so I've added more trim sets with unique models, mainly surrounding the leathers. So for each leather, there's now a variation, a trim, or a pattern. Effects, that is still to be decided and done. We are done with food. Did I miss any? It's just all of these need functionality. So the egg, ender pearls, they're simple enough, right? The heart of the ocean, river, there will be a bunch of items that will be used to make the thing to summon bosses, right? But then there's stuff that I don't quite know about. I know the fox tuft, the rabbit tuft, the panda, and the polar bear, they all go towards brushes. So that's nice and easy. Okay, just give me a sec to sort this all, and then we'll go through the ideas and concepts, and then we'll start working on them. Nice and empty, although that was sort of a mistake. I was meant to make duplicates, so I had multiple segments, but it's fine. We can delete those chests, right? Just pave it in. So, what do we have? We have totems, done. Leather will just be a new crafting mechanic, so half done. Spoiled flesh is all done. We can eat any of these to gain different effects, right? I'm pretty sure they're not great effects. Yeah, I think it causes everyone to become nauseous, right? So watching someone eat something horrible. Then we have normal food. That's done. There's actually two lines. We'll put them in the center-ish, right? And then we have the tufts. The tufts will go onto a brush. Oh, I can spell brush. Oh, I can still spell brush. And then this will allow you to gain extra things from the archaeology system. I think that's the go. So that's another half-done one. Then we have the bones. Bones, I'm not quite sure what to do. I was thinking like a bone armor set, but that's also somewhat annoying. As a trim, it works, but the issue is you can't hide the underlayer. So it would be nice if you could just make the trim layer apparent and get rid of the armor. That way you could easily make custom armor. But the fact that armor has to be completely covered, meaning whatever armor you use. So for instance, if we were to use netherites, the trim has to, you know, either be a full retexture of just the armor, but still have the same look, if you will, right? Rather than, you know, bone being like a rib cage or something, but then there being gaps in the armor. But yeah, so I don't know what to do with the bones. This is for boss items, right? So craft the heart of the sea, heart of the river, heart of the ocean, and heart of the sea into something. Craft the piglin gold together to make the true piglin gold. I think that's in here, even though it shouldn't be anymore. Right? Somewhere. I saw the achievement proc up. Is it in the normal section now? I swear. I saw it proc. Where are you? No. Somewhere. Pretty sure we got it. I'm guessing we got it, but it's not linked to anything. But yeah, so that'll be a boss item. The Trader Cloth and the Iron Golden Core will be a boss item. Shiny Rock, I'm not quite sure what to do with. Then down here we have Golden Egg, Charged Pearl, Miniature Pearl, and Snow Golden Core, all of which can be obviously thrown and used. Same with the Creeper Fuse. Creeper Fuse, I might change. I was going for, you know, like Charged Creeper. So it kind of looks like it. Kind of just looks like nothing though. Right? It'll make you do something special when you light the ground. Maybe cause an instant explosion. Could be fun. And what's up here? Nothing. So I'm going to review on you. We have Cave Spider Eggs, Pufferfish Barb, Guardian Barb, and Elder Guardian Barb. So some sort of poison system or some way to enhance Tridents, I'm thinking. Maybe not the Cave Spider Eggs in that scenario. The Bighorn from Goats, the Ally Membrane and the Vex Membrane, well, these two are already made use of, right? We have them down here in our spellcrafting system. And then the Horn I have actually made use of as well. If you combine it with a Shard of Power, which is another thing you can get and craft, right, we should have it here, you create a Divine Vessel, which then goes into your boss abilities. So defeating bosses will grant you permanent abilities, right, like Double Jump, Skywalking, what's some of the other ones? There's a few other ones. I've shown them off plenty of times, right? It's one of the core features. There's 12, I want to say 12 abilities. So that's the Horn done. And then down the bottom here, we have, I don't know what to do with, basically, right? So we have all this various string. So Strider string, right? It drops from, obviously, Strider, Spider Silk from spiders, Ball of Yarn from cats, and Fleece from sheep. Don't know what to do with it. Blaze Core, yeah, don't know what to do with it. Blaze Boss, I guess, maybe not. And then Rainbow Feather from Parrots, Pig Hide, Batwing, and Turtle Shell. I mean, the Turtle Shell as itself is just another way to get Nautilus Shell, so that's fine. Batwing is just another way to repair the Elytra, so that's somewhat fine. Pig Hide, I don't know, turn it into bacon or something, maybe. Yeah, actually, I don't mind that. But then how would you cook it? Because you can't actually... If I put it in a campfire, I'd have to detect it and change it, and all that is a headache. I don't know. Either way, we'll leave this section alone. We'll probably work on the leather and the usable items. Right, made some decent headway. So let's go through things. So I've finished all the leather. So basically what you can do now is you can take out some of these special leather drops from different animals. So if you can't guess some of the textures, right? That's obviously cow, mushroom. Then we have sniffer. I mean, that one actually says sniffer hide, but then these all say leather. So you can take that with some fleece, which drops from sheep, some iron nails, which you can make from dropping iron nuggets onto ancient debris. Do I need to clear the weather again? Pretty sure the time is not meant to tick forward. Clear, that is the wrong way. Weather clear? Yeah, okay. And then what you can do is you can drop it onto a fletching table to utilize it. So for instance, we have a normal netherite helmet here. If we drop it, nothing's going to happen. The reason for that is you have to have a pre-trimmed piece of equipment, right? That's how I get around not having to use a material. So for instance, we do a netherite helmet, we then drop a nail. Hopefully that's close enough. Fleece and a bit of leather. Yep, perfect. It gets crafted into cowhide, right? So if we equip it, look at that. It's now cowhide with a little bit of gold trim. And we can do the full set of armor too, right? So trimmed, dun-da-da-da. And boots, 1, 2, 3. I think the sniffer hide is probably the one I want to look at most, because I think I like the colors on that, the green and red. I haven't done any effects yet, but I will, just like normal armor, right? So you get sort of a cape. So we have the little cowhide on our back, on our shoulders around, right? Not so much on the front, and then a little bit on our boots and greaves, yeah? Let me do the sniffer hide, because I think they'll stand out the most. Gold probably isn't the best material to go with it. Right, but if we grab out the sniffer hide instead of normal leather, we can then trim all this gear again. Again, all you have to do, everything I tend to utilize is just drop crafting, right? So sniffer hide, fleece, iron nail. I forgot to reload. Don't worry, I know that discovery. So I forgot to set it to only delete items, because that's how I clean up. It still would have trimmed the gear, but yeah, it's KO'd me as well, unfortunately, right? So this should say sniffer, yes. And then if I F3T, because I also got to reload the texture pack, right? There we go. Right, so the little red, it's actually a bit more brown than what I was thinking, interestingly. But I think it looks decent, right? And we can trim the full set if I can find the hide. There's the legs, helm, nails, there's the sniffer hide. Where be the boots? The boots are here, perfect. We can go ahead and trim all of this. Make sure we drop the fleece. What did I get? I got boots. Right, trim, done. Then the next set. The only annoying thing about drop crafting is maybe I should extend the period of not being able to pick items up. And then one... I messed up already. Is it the helmet we didn't do? I think it's the helmet we didn't do. Right? Cool. Tooltip's not updated though. Yeah, there we go. That doesn't look too bad. And of course, I will give them all unique effects like I have been with the normal armor trims. So essentially, we've added another 9 patterns. 9, right? But basically, they're the same sort of look, just retextured. So the leather, mushroom leather, right, will be instead of the sniffer hide, and so forth and so on. Cool. What next can we look at? So that is that chest done. We have this chest, which is food and brushes. Now, brushes. This is the interesting one. Took me a little bit of time to actually figure out how to do this, but not the crafting, the actual triggers. So if we take this and then we go over here, we can make a special brush, or rather we can enhance our brush, I should say. So they should craft together if I have done it correctly. No. Great. You need 3. Oh, that's too many. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. Spider silk and a brush. Yeah, there we go. And we get a fox brush, which I should probably do the naming on it too. But we have a fox brush, and what we can basically do with this, if we grab out some suspicious sand, which actually it has to be the normal, I can't say it because there are too many S's. The normal suspicious sand, right? So if I do function, Runechant will pretend to be a sniffer for a little bit, right? So we'll activate the sniffer's unearth ability. If I scroll down to S, oh, way too far. There we go. So unearth sand spawns a bunch. What we should see is, yeah, there we go. So see the scoreboard pop up quickly. Right? You catching it? 2 of these did not work, interestingly. But these have. Okay, so every time the scoreboard pops up, essentially I can give the player a different loot roll, depending on the brush they're using. So either rabbit, panda, or polar bear. And I will make humane ways to harvest fur. So you don't have to go collecting, wink wink, right? But we have a polar bear brush fur, and this is panda. Done. And then lastly, we have rabbit hide. Well, rabbit fur. Yeah, rabbit fur. Rabbit tuft. Cool. Right, so a brown brush. And yeah, you can brush with them all, and I'll just give the player special loot tables. I should probably say that, right? I've done all the crafting. I've not done any of the effects whatsoever. Okay, then we have our boss items and consumables. We don't have the effects, so there's no point showing them off, but obviously they'll just do special things. So ender pearls, but with a twist. Eggs with a twist, snowballs with a twist, and then flint steel with a twist. What we can do is start crafting some of the boss items. So I've only done 3, but essentially I want to give the player a way to spawn every boss. So for instance, using some piglin gold and a blaze core, you need both halves. We can go over to our deep slate furnace and drop them in, and they'll get smithed together into piglin gold. We can then take it a step further as well, right? If we grab out some strider string and some gas tendril, right? We can go back to our fletching table, and we can fletch. Combine them together into a champion's belt. Nifty. Then, if I didn't delete the legs, I could have just crafted straight away. Give me that. Give me any template. We'll just do tide. And they're gold ingots, so I should be able to actually just trim with them. Right? Yeah, perfect. Cool. So we have gold plating title at the moment. But just like with the leather, we can go to a fletching table. We can throw down our champion's belts. And now we have champion's belts, right? And look at that. Isn't that nifty? We have a little belt on. You can see the little gas tendril and the string on the backside and around us, right? If I swing my arms, yeah. It's only for the leg slot, but I will give it a unique effect. Cool. So basically, you can either craft that, or you can use it to spawn in a boss. Still work in progress though. Then we have our hard to see. I haven't done the hard to see yet. We have rare goods using a ball of yarn, iron golden core, and trader cloth. You can probably figure out most of where to get those items. You might have a little bit of difficulty. We get some rare goods, which will be used to spawn another boss. And then up top, we have the items I don't know what to do with just yet. So we have cave spider eggs, which are fermented spider eyes, pufferfish barb, guardian barb, and elder guardian barb. I think I want to make like a poison weapon out of it. I would like to enhance the trident, but the issue with the trident is I can do things in a sense, right? I can give it lore tags and all that, but custom models for tridents and shields are sort of out of my realm of capabilities at the moment, right? So unless I can figure that out, I could probably make a little different trident, one that you can't really throw, but still a unique weapon. That might be a go, right? But I'd like it to be able to still be throwable. Just, you know, change the prongs to whatever barb you use or something like that would be pretty cool. But yeah, until I figure that out, no go. Then we already went through these three, so therefore the magic system and then the boss mob ability system. And then we still have a shiny rock, rainbow feather, pig hide, bat wings, and turtle shells, all of which I don't know what to do with. So if you got any suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to leave it there, and then I'm going to work on their functionality, and that'll probably be the next one. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.